questions.
Have any update on Felix's status?
We'll see when we practice. Excuse me, you guys will be at practice. We'll see. He hadn't done anything. Last night when I left, he said he was feeling a little bit better, but it'll be based on if he does anything today in practice.
Has Amari been back?
What?
Amari Abram?
He hasn't been back. I think he's supposed to be back today, but he didn't practice. So obviously didn't play. He wasn't around us. We kept him kind of quarantined from everybody.
The other night you talked about needing to play a full 40 minutes against Kentucky in the second game, but when you went back and watched the film, what else stood out to you?
A lot, just so many breakdowns. And again, I don't ever like to take anything away from the team that beat us because they exploited what we didn't do. But we really poor ball screen coverage, three-point line coverage, you name it. Offensive rebounding, they had their way in the second half doing what they wanted to do, and their execution was just so much better than ours. And we've got to be better, plain and simple. And from here on out, if you don't play 40 minutes, regardless of who you're playing, you're going to get beat.
How would you assess what JP's done defensively these last couple of games?
He's getting better. We've asked him to obviously get out of his comfort zone and take it to a different level with his ball screen coverage and guarding the ball and rebounding, and he's doing it. I mean, I think he played the most minutes he's ever played the other night, and that in itself is a great step because we know that again, I think he's just getting started how good he can be, but now it's about consistency and not plateauing and going to another level.
Where do you
Okay.
Where do you feel like this team is different from that first matchup with Kentucky heading into the second one?
Well, obviously a little more experience because of just playing games and starting to more guys are involved. More guys I think are really finding their role, what they can do, and how they can help us, and a little more balance than we had back then.
With Bishop, I'm sure you guys expected the defense to be where it's at, but did you anticipate his offense and kind of confidence on that and growing the way it has this season?
Well, we know we needed him to. We knew that because when you're thinking about a backcourt and he and Jacoby, we would like to get some scoring production obviously out of both of those slots, and but Bishop's worked so hard at it, and he's got so much more. I was talking about after a game the other night. He plays so hard defensively. He just needs to slow down a little bit offensively and see it a little bit different than he is right now. But again, he's making great progress, and he will continue to get better because of just his commitment to the game.
Seems like there's a couple of times where he'll hesitate before he shoots his shot. Are there times you see him film where you'd like to see him as soon as he catches the ball go into his shot?
I think he knows when to shoot it. I think he understands. That's where he's gotten better, the flow of the game. I mean, I would say it to anybody, if we've come down the court and missed 4 or 5 three-point shots and they're not going in, that's somewhere we got to go find a different way to do it. And so that's where he knows when it's time for him to shoot it and when it's not.
How is Nate playing the game differently right now than maybe October, November?
I think he's seeing it different. I think that's the biggest thing. He's a terrific passer, good in ball screens. I think that he was anxious to score the ball, probably more so, and he's so much more than that. He can obviously shoot the ball, score the ball, but he's starting to understand all the other parts of the game. And I think one of the toughest things is when players go in a game thinking I got to make shots, as opposed to going in thinking I got to play the game. I've got to do what the scout report says on both ends of the court. And I think the most instinctive thing they do is shoot. That's what they do instinctively. So that's something I don't think most players should be concerned about. They should be about, what do we have to do to execute this game plan? And I think that's where he's improved probably more than anything.
After the last Kentucky game, you were frustrated with how you guys were closing halves. What do you feel like has been different at that in the past couple games?
Maybe just simply getting burnt so many times, by going to the stove and getting burnt. And we had those when we went through. We were really struggling. We just had no awareness of how important the ball. We're throwing the ball all over the place. Bad shots, or shots at the wrong time by the wrong players. But the biggest thing was just throwing the ball away. Just you turn the ball over. I mean, if you get more shots than your opponent, most times you're going to be in pretty good shape. And we were just giving up so many opportunities that just kept digging ourselves into a bigger hole than we needed to be in.
You talk about Bishop being one of the hardest workers on the team. He was getting up extra free throws at the end of that win the other night. What else does he do, outside of practice or in practice that maybe stands out about his prep and how he prepares for games?
Film, he spends a lot of time with film. He's developed a great relationship with Riley Collins, and they watch a lot of film together above and beyond what we do. But Bishop is, he's wanting to be really good at this game, and he's starting to learn how to be a student of the game too. And but he puts a lot of time in off the court watching film.
Coach, after the way that the last game against Kentucky finished a little chippy right there at the end, what do you kind of expect, and what do you?
I don't expect anything. I have great respect for Kentucky, and that happens in games. Anytime you're in a competitive situation, some of that can happen. I don't think there's anything there. I'm not going to blow it because I don't think it is anything. Everybody wants to talk about revenge game. It's the next game. I don't care. I've never believed in that. I believe that I don't care who you get ready to play, whether it's Kentucky, whether it be Arkansas, whether whoever you want to throw up there. It's the next game, and whatever you got to do to get yourself ready to play. And I think it always goes back to your preparation with your game plan. Just get locked in on that. But I've also been around long enough to know that guys are competitive. I mean, Kentucky's competitive. My guys are competitive, and these things might pop up, but it's not a big deal.
What are you telling your team in the sense of just telling a lot of these guys that have never played over in Rupp of just what kind of environment it's going to be over there?
Have you ever played at Auburn? You ever played at Arkansas? I mean, those places are the same. I mean, every place is a great arena. I mean, that's what I think separates our league from everybody in the country. Wherever you go on the road in this league, you are going to get a hostile environment. I think more than any league in the country. And so they're used to it, and you got to go in and play the game.
Anything else? All right, thanks.